Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just took the lean in the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Hitting the licks in the band. Legacies.
Super bright, super sunny. Can't even see my face, but that's okay. Camera, eyes, check. I'm feeling a little more jazzed up this morning than last night after going through my walk, listening to a little psycho-cybernetics, and just reshaping my morning ritual to allow myself to kind of reset my brain each and every morning and make it more conducive towards a happy, proactive life. So the other thing I wanted to add to my morning ritual, aside from the first thing, which is to reiterate that what I think of myself is more important than what others think of me, is number two, not to feel obligated or responsible for the health and the happiness of someone else. And that is very hard to say. Not for me right now. It was, I get why it's hard to say for other people, but it comes with like, oh, this guy is super selfish. This guy doesn't care about anyone else, he's just a lone island. And I don't feel that way. I just feel that, that's super bright. I just feel that I've done the servant role, the taking care of other people role to an extreme because of the way I was brought up, to the point where I wasn't even genuine. It was just, I didn't want to do it. I did it because I thought there's going to be like negative social consequences, being looked down upon, being called selfish, yada yada. And through those years of continuing to do that, especially during the teen, young adult ages where, a man finds himself, I realized I didn't know who I was because all I did was worry about tending to someone else and always being conscious of how they thought, and then realizing that a lot of what I thought they thought was just pure bullshit in my head. So I'll give you an example. I could be, as a child or even as a young adult, in a room with like 20 other people, and I would have like a part of my brain allotted to each individual that was almost like a radar to sense whether they were uncomfortable, sense whether they needed something or was unhappy. And it's me, being the servant, would try to do everything within my power to change that situation for that individual. For instance, if I saw someone maybe didn't have enough back support, this was during before my physical therapy days, I would like go find a pillow, make sure they were comfortable, or make sure nobody was thirsty and whatnot. So there is like awesome positives to being a server in that case, but not at the expense of losing myself, not at the expense of not knowing who I was, and definitely not the way I wanted to live. It wasn't genuine, I don't want to do it necessarily from the bottom of my heart. It was just like programmed in me. And the more and more I felt responsible for someone else, the shittier I felt, because a lot of times the behaviors and actions that I took to rectify that situation, make them feel better, help them, it didn't actually work. So I'm left with feeling like I failed. And two, especially when I go out of my way and I sacrifice something of my own possession, including time and allotting time to helping someone else as opposed to doing something for myself, and then I get no praise or compliment back, then it's almost like I resent them. So I did something, I sacrificed a part of me to get something that I didn't get, so then what that leads me to do is resent them. So through that, what I feel is negative behavior pattern is set up where, you're that nice guy that does things for people out of the goodness of my heart, when in reality, it wasn't. And that's not authentic. That's not genuine. It's not who I want to be. And at the same time, I lose a lot of my own masculine power of who I am, what I need to do, accomplish in this world, because I'm constantly giving to others without fueling myself or allowing myself to grow in a way that I, desire. So I had to do a quick review, like, why did I go on this topic? Because I had to set up that second part of my morning ritual to remind myself that I'm not responsible for anyone's health or happiness in this world. And the truth is, over the past few weeks, I realized that not everybody wants to be happy. It's becoming more and more crystal clear that not everybody cares about being happy. That's not what they necessarily want in life. I know some people that like to experience both depths, both extremes of emotion. So that means like feeling really shitty and going to like darkest cave within their emotional self and like exploring and soaking in it, and because they feel like there's good that arises from it. How do you feel extreme happiness and love without knowing the darkness? So the two sides of the coins, zenful living type of deal. And my take on that is like, I've suffered for so long that it feels good to go in the opposite direction and maintain a more majority pleasant life. There's gonna be times where my confidence dips, where shit happens, but for the most part, it's a lot better than soaking and bathing in what I hated, which is negativity and feeling shitty and like hopelessness, basically, without faith of anything ever getting better. Still remember, like, I think I was crying in my room, like early 20s. Yeah, early 20s, university days, because my self-image was not good. I had like acne everywhere and I wasn't good with chicks. And it was just like I was on the bedroom floor bawling my eyes out. And the thought that came to mind is like, I watched like motivational things and how to feel good videos to try to help myself get out of that funk. And the message that came along that I did not understand was that it gets better with time, James. It'll just get better with time. And I'm on that floor and I remember bawling like, how the fuck is this situation gonna get any better? I did not see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm just like, holy crap, life sucks. Like, so yeah, a lot of suffering. But, somehow, some way, through constantly looking towards self-discovery tactics, journaling, looking up to other people that gave advice on finding oneself, being a man, I've, in a way, climbed out of that. So, and I don't want to go back, Like, I'm more able to handle life and everything it throws at me from a more happy, positive, hopeful state, as opposed to the old James that was already suffering and he dwelled on anything that happened. And it prevented him from acting. It prevented him from solving a really easy pattern or a problem, Just like kind of like, oh my God, all these problems. Why am I cursed? When it's like nothing. When it's like first world problems that I'm bitching about. So it's just like, I call it growth. I call it a change in perspective. And it's helped me. It's helped me be more happy. It's helped me be more healthy. It's helped me be more proactive. Like, isn't that great? For anyone that wants to, for any reason, hate on that change, like, fuck you. Like, you are an idiot. And I'm great if you're happy. Like, do you. Like, if it takes you to spill your 2 cents, great, I'll listen to it. But if it like really comes from the fact that you are a dick because you can't handle me being happy, then it's like, wow, why are you talking to me? You could just really just turn around and walk away. And that's my attitude. I like it, It's good. Like, why do I need to soak in and waste time and be what they would say, the bigger man? I'm too mature to let anything you say affect my emotions. Sometimes it does. And it's kind of a defensive mechanism that's really effective in realizing that, hey, you're just a douchebag. And you have some of your own insecurities. And I know where I am, I feel good. So say it. But like, if it's just a habitual thing, then please leave. Or I'll leave. It's so simple. So, got my morning ritual a little more fixed up to apply that second thing where I'm not feeling responsible for everyone else in this world, even the ones closest to me, because those are the worst. You know, you feel indebted or obligated to help. And a lot of times it's at the expense of what I want to do, at the expense of what I want to accomplish in this world. And that is exactly what David Data talks about in The Superior Man. Know your purpose, discover it if you don't, and plow forward towards it. No excuses. Don't succumb to things that are less important, whether it is girls, friends, family, no one. Like, if your purpose is that strong, go for it. So that's my morning thoughts right now. And I feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm ready to act. I'm ready to enjoy this day. So, all right, my arm is tired. Maybe get a selfie stick. I'm getting some impingement symptoms right now. Talk to you later. Peace. Bye.
Panda. I got broads in Atlanta. Just to the lean, the family. Credit cards and the scammers. Getting no licks in the band. Legacies.